Hello everybody. So this is my take on a what if Deku was the Green Arrow. Um, is it gonna be different than Lazy What If's what if of this? I didn't even check it out, so hey, I don't even know what he did, but I'm guessing he did do some good. So I'm going to do this. This was a quirk idea that I came up with for a different idea, but thought, you know what, it's not going to be doing much good for me, so might as well do it for like a Green Arrow one or something. So we're doing it for Green Arrow. So what if Dick was Green Arrow? Basically the quirk is going to be called Trajectory. Basically he's able to only he can see what is going on right here. This is basically what it's going to happen. Whenever he aims at something, he can kind of like see the trajectory perfectly and no one else can see it. And that's like kind of how he figures out his quirk. Like when he's throwing a ball or something like that, this is what he sees. Now, seeing how guns are illegal, and this is like middle school and high school stuff, Deku's going to be learning how to use a bow. And he's going to be very good at it. Mainly because of trajectory bullshit. Telling him how much to pull back, how much to do this, and exactly how much force. So Deku's like, as soon as he starts out trying it out, like he isn't really that good because he doesn't have the most muscle work, but when he gets there, he's like god level. And I'm gonna say that Deku, when he's around, like he's already doing this, like when he's doing like I guess like Solid Age, they would allow this because like quirks are around. They would allow it around like when he's like 8. So I'm gonna say, hold up, let me do some math. Okay, so when he's one. Alright, so yeah, when he's 8, he's gonna go and disappear for 5 years. Basically, his mom puts him on a cruise, wants to hang out with him. Yeah, we're just gonna do the whole Yan, you get what I mean, you know? Basically, Deku, he knows about how to use a bow, but not so great. What ends up happening is he gets lost on this whole entire, well, island. His mom dies trying to save him. No rich boy shit. No, way worse. And he's basically a Green Arrow at this point. He's basically getting there. What ends up happening is he has to hunt to survive, seeing how spear ain't working. He tries to make a bow, and he makes it, and it's pretty shitty, but it works. And what he ends up doing is he shoots arrows into animals, and he kills them, and he kind of gets in the habit of doing it, and then something bad happens. Pirates. Not like Pirates of the Caribbean, but like pirates nowadays. Machine guns, mafia shit. Seeing how these guys got quirks, I'm gonna say some of them got like awareness kind of quirks and like appraisal kind of quirks. So Deku, he kills all of these guys because they shot at him first, and he has like no other choice. So after killing like a dozen of them, he finds out who hired these guys, what they've been doing, and what they did when basically for the 5 years of his life he's been killing these guys and trying to find a way off the island. He's become very tech savvy and government material and stuff like that. And what he ends up finding is this. He finds a manifesto of names of people who are bad guys but are also highly up in the world. And also what these people were doing were experimenting on quirks. So it's kind of like what Trigger and All For One were doing. The guy who made Trigger, basically him and All For One were kind of doing. So yeah, if you don't know what All For One did, okay, yeah, that's Kuraguri, aka Shirakuma. So yeah, that's what All For One did. Anywho, that's how Kuraguri became Kuraguri. Shirakuma died and became Kuraguri after an experimentation that was done by the doctor. You saw him in that panel. You know what I mean. All right. I have no at all any rights or anything, ownership to these pictures, so don't sue me, please. So anyways. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I changed my name on YouTube and Discord was because of a very simple reason. King of Random, yeah, he did. And I loved that guy growing up. And Random Idea Dude just didn't sit well with me. So, out of it all, I just took the name off and went with Wild Card. Because, out of respect. So, yeah, let's get back to it. So, Deku, after killing all these guys, and, well, pretty much everybody calls the island that he's on, it's not Lian Yu, it's basically called the Death Island. It's an island where you go to die. Because there's a myth saying, oh yeah, well, it's not really a myth, it's a fact. A whole entire ship went there, everybody died. And then it went like pretty much missing. People think they died. Pretty much that's what happened because there was a helicopter. A bunch of other people went there. They were found dead. And I'm thinking like government stuff. People tried to send people in there to find out what's going on. They ended up dead because they shot first, asked questions later. Fair. All of them realized that there's probably some kind of tribe there that don't use quirks, and they got like arrows like get into their body, and some people like see this as like really good arrows at some point. Like they're like really like, okay, this is impressive, because he's like Deku. Like people are like sometimes coming in with ballistic masks. They're coming in with all this gear. They try to snuff him out. They try to burn him out. They've tried everything, but they haven't tried one thing, and that's heroes. So I'm gonna say that All Might. No, not All Might. I'm going to say Eraserhead, aka Aizawa, because Eraserhead and Endeavor, as better yet, just Endeavor went there, I think, and he got pretty much taken out almost. A few arrows, the knee and back, a lot of them back, and that was Deku's handiwork. By the way, if you're wondering how Deku is able to hate all these people, it kind of works with that girl who can, I think her name was Mitsune or something, I don't remember. Basically, she's the girl with the zoom-in eyes. It kind of works like that, too. It can do that, because he's been using his quirk all his life at this point, and he's 13 at this point, so he's, like, really good. And he's basically been surviving off this whole entire area. And what ends up happening is this. What ends up happening is, I would say that I would say Night Eye. Night Eye, yeah. Because he's terrifying, yet also at the same time, he can predict the future if he touches someone. So, it's all about like that. But I would say Night Eye, Endeavor. Night Eye kind of comes in to like try and find out where this person is, and I would say as well as Nezu comes in because he's like the smartest person. He would like know what to do in this situation, so he would kind of come in, and he's kind of like looking around, and I would say Nezu had to probably take off all of his clothes, no, basically just so he can blend in with the environment and find out where Deku is. And he doesn't know it's Deku, so yeah, there we go. What ends up happening is when Nezu finds Deku, he is like far as fuck. He's like on top of a fucking mountain, in like his own little crow nest, and he's like sniping arrows from distance, like so far away. And I'm gonna say that like he's got a bunch of arrows with him, Deku. He's got like loads and loads of arrows. Like, there's a few trees near him, and there's, like, he's on, like, a mountain, so he can, like, make this stuff very easily. And this is, like, a full-on island where there's, like, woods, stuff like that, and there's, like, a lot of cold areas, too. So I'm gonna say that after, like, scouting it out, Nezu kind of, like, goes back, reports where he is, and Night Eye and Eraserhead kind of go to Deku, because they kind of figure it's gotta be a Kai with some kind of quirk, because his clothing looks kind of modern, and his, like, his bow is like his entire marksmanship is based off of the that kind of like high school using type of bow style, where they like lift the bow up, pull the arrow back as they're putting down, like as they're having the bow come down to their eyes and shooting. That's kind of how it is. It's just Deku's doing it faster. This is a long bow too, so this is awesome. And what ends up happening here is this. Deku, he gets taken out by Night Eye and Eraserhead, because Eraserhead uses his quirk on him and stops him from actually being able to see the trajectory, but he's still able to use it because he's sometimes actually not even used it and actually gotten it. Because the side effect with using this, it hurts his eyes. Like, he actually has to keep them open for... Used to be able to keep them open for a minute, so they would, like, they kind of get that drying effect where they would dry up. Like, I'm just gonna say this. It's gonna work almost exactly like Eraserhead's quirk, where his eyes dry up. That's fair, right? Yeah, cool. And also, I'm gonna add this. His eyes also dry up slightly, but also at the same time, he gets, like, vertigo if he uses it for way too long, and also his eyes, like, they dilate so much sometimes. So it's, like, really not good. So when he gets back, he is, Nezu kind of wants to make him a hero, like, in UA and all that. And he's, like, already, like, they're giving him, like, material and stuff like that. Plus, by the way, the story of how, like, when they looked at how he is and everything and they got his statement, he's basically just defending himself, so it was fair because there was a lot of bullets everywhere, and he actually had a few bullet injuries where he actually had to dig the bullet out of his body and heal himself up, which is not good to do, but he had practice, and he's got a lot of scars all over his body, so there's that. Also interrogation scars, because I'm going to say that a few times he was captured by those pirates, and he's gone out, and he's used the bow to kill them. But I would say it never's like he's a villain. All Might takes a lot of pity, and it just really feels bad for him, as well as Nezu, Eraserhead, and a lot of other heroes. They just feel really bad that any kid had to go through that. And if they knew that it was a kid, they would have done something sooner. Now, Deku's body is very well done, like, when it comes down to his, like, joints and all that, because I would say when he was in interrogation, there was one person who specialized in dislocating their joints, but their quirk was basically they were able to see the joints, like, where they dislocate and all that. So basically when he was in, like, this little imprisonment kind of thing, he got his joints to the point where he could actually just dislocate them and pop them back in without any problems. Yeah, it was some kind of, like, they were, like, stretched or something. That's what Oliver Queen and Arrow said or some shit. So, yeah. Now, as for what's going to happen with, just checking my battery. Basically what's going to happen with UA and all that. And Bakugo, he remembers Deku, but he's not, like, he kind of felt bad, like, when it happened, because, like, kid goes missing, come on. They're both one's close quarters, one's long range, so Deku would kick his ass a bit, but it was like a rivalry, and losing that rival was like, shit. But having him return is, like, big time. So I'm gonna say Bakugo's mom takes in Deku, because it's like kind of like, oh, I gotta do it for her, like, for what was Deku's mother's name? Inko. Do it for Inko, and she would have, like, that kind of responsibility. So yeah, Deku gets taken in by Bakugo's mom, and what ends up happening is he comes back. No one really, and they can't really decide. They're just getting him, like, a recommendation ready for when he's 15, and for the most years he's just being handed material to, like, kind of, like, catch him up in grades wise, because they want him to be a hero fast. and he's like already getting it down. He's like really good at what he can do. And I'm gonna say Bakugo is like, he's kind of terrified of Deku because Deku kind of gives off a bloodlust whenever he's like really ticked off some days. And I would say that Deku does do some vigilantism, but it's like very brief. He like just beats on thugs that are kind of violating the law, trying to rape a woman. He beats on them and just shoots arrows on them. And remember, he's got this manifesto that he has to go kill. You know, he's gonna go do some hood stuff. Yeah, he takes kind of like this kind of outfit on and shoots from high up buildings, shooting downwards into like buildings of where people are. And their arrows, they're not like handcrafted, they're like machine made. And I would say Deku gets these from like a school or something. Like he kind of like, he doesn't break into it. Like he goes to a his club and just kind of like grabs a bunch, saying he's practicing. And I mean a bunch, I mean boxes. And he's like shooting these from like across buildings, using the air and all that, and shooting them so far away, and they kind of like dodge between buildings and just like go straight into the person's like heart. And not even just the heart, like in the chest, lungs, stuff like that. And the trajectory just like, it just helps him guide it. So it's like really terrifying. A lot of people on the manifesto, like they start getting scared. They try to prep up like things. They're thinking, oh, it's the windows. We gotta close the windows. And some of them are like trying to get out of there and they get killed. And this is happening like in the span of a year. And after the year's done, pretty much like 25% of the list is remaining. And that's like All For One, and Stain, as well as the Quirk Doctor. And like a few other names, like very few. Shigaraki, Kurogiri, he knows about them and he's got his sights on them. But I would say that like it kind of stops because for like a few more years he has to get done with this work. And he's like 13, so he kind of gets done with that. He's 14, then when he hits 15, it's like, okay, everybody, it's time to do the Quirk thing. Well, where do you want to go? UA and all that. Bakugo and Deku kind of look at each other. They, for like a year, he laid low, so there's that reason. For this year, he's gonna like go back into the whole fighting and kill those guys finally. And people like, they're like wondering, like, because here's the thing, what they called this vigilante wasn't really a vigilante, the name they gave him. They kind of called him the Arrow, and they don't know who it was. Like, some heroes got their thoughts because it like happened as soon as this kid came back, but they don't know who, because these were like random shots. And when Deku comes, when he comes into UA and all that, well, for the Sludge one, it doesn't happen. I would say he takes the long way for an exercise kind of thing, and with Bakugo, because it'd be like a different route, so he'd take a different route. It wouldn't really affect Bakugo too. Like, I would think All Might would take care of the Sludge one one way or another. Like, Sludge one was probably waiting for All Might, and just Deku just stumbled upon it, so I would say that the Sludge one attack never happens, and Deku and Bakugo kind of just like, they go home, they get ready. Deku's kind of like working out a lot, doing the bar training. Come on, let's be honest, that shit's awesome. It's like that. It's got that best sound ever. Come on, let's be honest. The guy, I can't remember. I think it was like Steven. I don't remember his name. I don't even want to try and pronounce it. I feel like I'm gonna get hate on it. Oh God, I love Arrow. Anywho, so Deku, he's going to be kicking some ass. And how does he kick ass, you say? He kicks ass by, well, kicking ass. Like, cracking down on some goons in the beginning. And I'm going to say that he kills someone kind of plot needed. Who's he going to kill? Very good question. I'm going to say that he kills a, actually, no, I'm not going to say he kills him. I'm going to say that he injures him badly. And that's Stain. He gets away, but still, he's going to be very injured. And Stain and Deku kind of like have a fight. Well, it's basically just a range fight. When Stain's about to kill a very good hero of the people, Deku kind of shoots him into the shoulder with 2 arrows from a very far range. And that kind of just like stops Stain because he doesn't know where the arrows came from. And then comes the 2 other arrows that hit him in the back when he's running. And this hero's like down, he's bleeding, and Deku, he kind of comes over to this hero wearing this kind of like strange like cloth like outfit almost with a cape. And what he learns here is don't wear a cape. Because this guy, he's got like a scarf on his face, a green scarf, and kind of like a ninja almost hood he's kind of made with this scarf. And what ends up happening is this. When he tends to the hero, the hero grabs his cape. And Deku, with his knife that he's got, because I would say he has a knife for close quarters, because why not, cuts his cape. Thinking, oh yeah, this is a terrible idea to have a cape. So what ends up happening is this. Deku, noticing that Stain got away and Stain kind of saw him, he's going to go ahead and go to UA first. And the recommendations, remember, physical, and also the, he's got to do like a quirk level assessment kind of thing. And people are impressed by that. The physical, like, he's done great. He's done really great. Class 1A. So, yeah, that's where he's going to be. And for the first day, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go to the first day because why not, guys? Because I like My Hero Academia. I want to give him the first day. So, for the first day, he's going to be doing, I think it was, I saw his little quirk assessment thing. The whole training, that whole physical thing, that really, by the way, written exam, he aced it. He really aced it. Physical exam, aced it. Raka's whole situation was probably handed out by a hero, because he would see it. And then I'm going to say that, oh god, like, I'd say Aizawa doesn't even, like, want to have, like, Deku go in there, like, in the whole entire, physical, so he kind of, like, keeps him out, because he already knows what Deku's physical capabilities are. But I would say for student-wise, he has to do it, so he does it. And what ends up happening here is this. Deku, being the badass that he is going to be straight up, he's going to be really fast, first off. And for the ball throw, he's going to ace that one way too much. Like, he's going to be, I would say, second place. Because technique takes a lot of part in this, and a lot of people are just blasting it off or kicking it. So, it's all about how far it goes. So, he just needs to do something really awesome. And that's what he does. He throws it with, like, almost like a best throw he can ever come up with. And then I would say for also One for All might give it to Deku. Don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Who knows? He might get it. If you guys want him to have it, I'll give it to him, and it'll give him a slow-mo. So if you guys want him to have slow-mo, I'll probably give it to him. Now, here's the fun part. So Deku, when he does the long jump, he aces that, running pretty damn good. Strength, remember, he's going to be having a lot more strength in this, so he's going to do a hell of a lot better. Holy crap. And for Hero Suit, it's going to be this. Oops, you did not need to see that. It's going to be this. This is basically what his Hero Suit's going to be. It's gonna be that like arrow suit. So yeah, that's what his hero suit's gonna be, and that's gonna be the next part, heroes versus villains, because I did a lot in this part. So have a good day and a good night. Peace out.